Hi again, Gregg, the News Tribune here at CenturyLink Field, where the machines are already working to take the paint off the field for the Sounders game Monday night. Seahawks lose a game they really, frankly, should have won. 33-31 to the undefeated Rams. Let's get right to two things I bet you're thinking about. One, the timeout Carroll called right before the Rams ended up going for it on 4th and inches and getting it for what ended up ending the game with a minute and a half left. Carroll said, and he did, Carroll called timeout as soon as Todd Gurley got stopped on the short of the line of the game by Tedrick Thompson on 3rd down. Called timeout from the sidelines, but the referees stopped the clock to ask for a measurement. The chains come on the field. During that time, the Rams punt team comes on the field. Measurement's short. The referee then announces only after the measurement that the Seahawks have taken their final timeout with 1:39 to go. Then, during that break, is when McVay pulled his punt team off the field and put his starting offense back on it. For what a fleeting moment looked like the Seahawks would get the ball back with 1:39 and no timeouts. Then Goff, of course, sneaks it over for the first down, then clinches the game. The Seahawks out of timeouts, couldn't do anything after that, and the Rams ran out the clock. Carroll said he did not want the clock to go from 1:39 to 1:06. He's noticed 33 seconds on the play clock. He didn't want to lose those 33 seconds. He got a little irritated that we asked him more than once about the decision. He said, "Why are you asking me this? I'm not quite getting the point." And we finally brought up to him that, well, McVay changed his mind, at least appeared so. He had his punt team out on the field during the measurement and then took it off the field and brought his starting offense on the field. And Carroll's quote was, "He can do whatever he wants." The other decision, the controversial point of this one at the end, of course, was DJ Fluker holding after the Seahawks had gotten to the Rams' 35-yard line on a 44-yard connection from Russell Wilson to Tyler Lockett. It was holding, first of all. He grabbed Ndamukong Suh, Fluker did, by the shoulder with his hand, pulled down his right shoulder toward the ground right at the point of attack as Mike Davis was running by for a 5-yard gain. Yes, you could argue that you can call holding near the point of attack on most NFL plays. They called it on this one, only the second holding penalty of the day on the Seahawks. Carroll's point was 62 running plays combined by both teams, and you decide to call holding on that particular play at that point in the game. Fluker was pretty much irate about the whole situation. He said thought he owned Suh the entire game, said, "I took him to the water all day," is how he put it. And he said, "We kicked their donkeys up front all day." The penalty, of course, was crushing. They were at 50 yards or closer. It would have been down to the 30-yard line on the 5-yard run by Davis. That's a 48-yard field goal for Sebastian Janikowski, who had just made it into that northern end, the end behind me, the open end, from 52 at the end of the first half. By the time it was 4th down after 2 incompletions by a harried Wilson, 3.5 minutes left, it would have been a 63-yard field goal. Carroll said no way, no how did he even consider to trot Janikowski out for that. The 40-year-old's career-long kick is 63 yards, but that was 7 years ago, and it was at altitude mile-high Denver, not here at sea level next to Elliott Bay in Seattle. So Seahawks punt, then the Rams get the 2 first downs, the second one being during that measurement timeout situation that we just described. Okay, so what went right? Well, obviously 190 yards rushing and 32 rushing carries and another 100-yard rushing day by Chris Carson. That's right. And I've been in all kinds of discussions with pro football analytics people and people online saying that Seahawks shouldn't run, it's not worth it. The run is how this team is built. It's how the offensive line most specifically is built. It's why they have DJ Fluker here. They wouldn't assign him if they didn't want to run the ball this year. The way this offensive line and offense is structured, built, equipped, and personnel-wise demands that they are able to run the ball. And when they are able to run the ball, the offensive line that couldn't pass block anyone for 2 seasons suddenly gives Russell Wilson time. Today, the Rams had to read the run. For the first time in 2+ seasons, they weren't just teeing off on Russell Wilson. Last year here in December, that 42-7 route, the Seahawks got behind so quickly they didn't run at all. The Rams sacked Russell Wilson 7 times without any regard for the running game. Well, today, with regard to 32 runs for 190 yards, with Mike Davis getting 68 yards, Michael Brockers and Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald couldn't just tee off on the run. They had to read their run keys and see if it was a run or pass blocking to start the play. And those extra seconds are times the Seahawks offensive linemen need to be able to pass block. Simple as that. So, yeah, you may want to see Russell Wilson throw more than 21 times, but when he throws more than 21 times, they have a less chance of winning the game, period. He threw for almost 4,000 yards last year, tied the NFL lead with 34 touchdowns, and they didn't make the playoffs for the first time in 6 seasons. They win 2 games by finally running the ball this year. They should have won today after running the ball for 190 yards. That's what I have to say about that. So the huge swing by not getting that field goal at the end and the Fluker penalty, you could say that maybe irreparably swung the NFC West race out of the Seahawks' favor. They could have been 1 game behind if they had pulled out that win today. Of course, now they're 3 games back at 2-3. The Rams are 5-0. The Seahawks go to London. They leave Wednesday night for a Sunday game against the Raiders, who lost again today to fall to 1-4. They lost at the Chargers. Russell Wilson said, "We turned a corner. We think we are about to turn a corner. We are confident that we have found the way to win, the style of play that we can win with." And the Seahawks were encouraged by what they did today against what many feel has been so far the best team in the NFL, certainly the best offense in the NFL. All my coverage is online at the News Tribune right now, including Frank Clark's battle with Butterball Turkey Burgers this past week, yet still played tremendously today. I think showed why they need to re-sign him. The Seahawks do immediately, while his price stays relatively low. Each game that goes by seems to jack the premier pass rusher's price tag up. Of course, his contract ends at this season. Follow my coverage also on Twitter at GBellSeattle. Thanks for enduring the noise, and have a good week.